speculate, both of you, humor me and all of us for some time. What does this possibly mean for how much we could see of MS Dhoni this season? Will he necessarily not play every game? Is that perhaps part of this decision?
Well, it's a really interesting point you make there. One thing that did cross my mind when I did hear the news first up was that, does this mean that during the preparation to this point, it hasn't gone to plan for MS Dhoni physically? At the end of the day, he's in his 40s and he has played an enormous amount of cricket, and that does take a toll on your body, particularly as a keeper and what he's done and the volume of cricket he's played. So I just wonder whether he's maybe questioned whether he can get through a whole tournament, and this just sort of gives him the flexibility without compromising the side. So he's probably thinking the side first. I'm not saying that is the case, but it could have possibly been the case.
In which case, could we almost expect a retirement announcement sooner than the end of the tournament? They also have the slight issue of not really having an established wicketkeeper backup, which is something you would also have accounted for with MS Dhoni at this stage of his career. But Devon Conway's injury doesn't help.
Yeah, I'd probably see him playing, most of this season. The backup wicketkeeper is under 19 guy. You don't want to throw him straight away. And then probably the last season would have been the right time for him to retire, if at all he wanted to, after winning the championship. But now he's decided to, being a mentor at the last minute. I expect him to play a major role this season and help Ruturaj Gaikwad. But I don't see him not playing at all.
Yes, only Aravali Avanesh Rao, who only, as Wasim Jaffer points out, played in the Under-19 World Cup. We should be careful when we say these things because of the recent history of the IPL, because I want to talk about the legacy of MS Dhoni, the captain. But we did that chat and he came back as captain 6 games later in 2021. I think we're safe now. It's unlikely. But it's the end of an era, isn't it, Tom Moody? An era that you coached in the IPL, where Mumbai Indians were led by Rohit Sharma, RCB and Virat Kohli, and now MS Dhoni calls it time as well. Let's just start with Dhoni individually. It's an end of an era, and what an era, 5 titles.
Yeah, remarkable campaign in the IPL, as you say, 5 titles. I think the best captain the IPL's seen, and there's been some good captains, because I don't think he's had always the best squad. I think he has made a lot out of some average squads, and last year was a good example of that. Winning a title, no one ever thought that would be the case, but he seems to be able to elevate a team and elevate individuals beyond what their own expectations are, let alone us sitting here as so-called experts calling the game. So he has got a wonderful way about him as a captain. He's got a very calm way in him. He manages to, pull off things that are unexpected. And I was just saying off air before, he makes decisions that you as a viewer look and think, actually, I get that. But if someone else made that decision, you'd be yelling at the television saying, why is he making that decision? That's a crazy decision. Why is Wasim coming into bowl now? It's the wrong time. But Dhoni makes it happen.
And to think that 2 of those titles came after Dhoni himself had retired from international cricket. Tom makes the point of very few of us thought that the squad matches up on paper. He's just thrown paper, tactics, sometimes matchups, whatever the analyst tells you out of the window. Where do you stand on where Dhoni would be ranked among IPL captains?
I think he stands right at the top, in my opinion, mainly because of what Tom said. The teams that he's, especially last season, the kind of squad that he had, Tushar Deshpande, Patirana playing in his first, second season, Ajinkya Rahane, nobody knew, Robin Uthappa before, and players that he got performances from. Rohit Sharma is another guy, but he's always had a very good squad. Mumbai Indians never looked a bad squad and went ahead and won the trophy. But CSK have done that. In 2018, when they were out, came out straight away, won the trophy.
Yes, of course.
So that makes him, the cult leader in the IPL, in my opinion.
All right. Thank you very much, Wasim Jaffer. Tom Moody, we shall wait to see if there are any more surprises that come our way from the Chennai Super Kings. They've already given us a big one. That is it for MS Dhoni as captain of the Super Kings.